Okay, since it's been 1 year and I'm starting to do some videos, I'm going to do something that a few people want me to do, is to fix that. We can do that real simple. There you guys go. Enjoy. Hey guys, welcome to Swift Outdoors. We're going to do a 1-year review on this tractor. This is the Rural King rk55. Obviously the cab. It is hydrostatic. We're going to go by on what else happened in a year, anything that's went wrong, stuff that I like, dislike about it. You can see that it is dirty. It is used a lot. A little bit of abuse. So we're going to start off with this. We'll start off, if you're looking at this, it's got an 8-year warranty. Now the 8 years is basically the drivetrain of it. Any attachments are normally 1-year warranty, and that includes the loader. A lot of people think the loader is included in that 8 years, but it's not. So I really worked it for the first year to make sure that it's up to standards. I probably overdid it on a few occasions, but it has held up fine. No issues with it. So some of the things that I had an issue with is with the fuel. If you go and look at one of these in the dealership, there's normally a little screener that goes in here and just drops down in there, screens the fuel for you. Then the rubber gasket. Obviously I don't have that anymore. The screener, I think the lip of it broke, so it was about to fall in, and the rubber piece just did not, I don't know, just didn't fit right. I'm not sure where it went. So what I do is I just don't top it off completely. I leave it down to here. That way it doesn't splash out of here and make a mess. You can see where it kind of has a little bit whenever I get on a real steep hill. It's one issue I've had about it. Another issue I've had is the sway bar over here on this side. Broke off right there. Not a big deal for me. I have a welder, grinder, grind it down, welded it back on, been fine. This right here, the drawbar, I am missing one of the pins. There's supposed to be 2 pins, one on this side, one on this side. Probably could have cleaned this up a little bit. And there's normally a cotter key. Lost the cotter key. Not really a big deal. I can go get another pin, cotter key. The hitch pin, you can see down here, this drawbar, I've hit it a few times on stuff. Seems to be made of some pretty soft metal to be denting like that. But I hardly use it. What I've noticed is the pin that is normally in here is such a large diameter for the older equipment that I already have on the farm, the hay wagons, the disc, all that. This pin's way too big. So I normally have a smaller pin with a washer that I use. I love this feature for the 3 points to go up and down. Makes it so much nicer to hook up. Now, I don't know if you noticed before, but this is bent a little bit. Not the tractor's fault. I had a piece of equipment and had this adjusted too far out here. When I lifted it up, it hit it, pinched it up. Will not blame the tractor for that. Another thing I do not like about this is this toolbox. Oh, there's that rubber piece, by the way, that goes onto the fuel. Did not hold up very long. You can see it just kind of cracked and stuff. I do need to get a gasket rubber gasket to put in there. But this toolbox just does not hold very much at all. Go ahead and take that sticker off. Don't think there's any more complaints. I would like to upgrade the lights. I do work in the dark a lot, so upgrading to the LED would be very nice. I think LEDs are cheap enough nowadays that it should just kind of come standard on these newer tractors, but oh well. I don't think I've had any other issue back here. I'm not sure if there's anything, not really anything else to say about this back here. I like the R4 tires myself. They have been great around here. You can see it's not that hilly. It's sort of hilly, but not where I need R1 tires. There is a lot of mud out there in the swamp. I go through plenty of mud. Occasionally I get stuck, but it's normally because it just sinks and the bush hog catches. And then I gotta go get the mini and pull it out. Not a big deal. The hydraulic hoses for the loader. There's a few things on this. This one right here leaks, which you just seen a drop, I think. Yeah, right there. This is the only one that leaks. I wouldn't necessarily say it's the tractor's fault. It can easily be replaced pretty cheap. I just have not taken the time to do it. Now, how the hoses are rerouted, you can probably see a little bit of, yeah, some rub marks right there. You need to pay attention to this, because when you're turning, if this is kind of sagging down a little low, when you're turning, the tire will catch it. Not really catch it, but just rub it, and over time it will rub a hole through it if you do not pay attention. What happens is when you work this so often, this just kind of goes this way and down. So I would like to see a little bit better way to mount the hoses. I'll probably come up with something later on. Not a big deal. The loader is nice and straight, no problems with it. We'll bring it down here for you. It is nice and smooth. I do have a video running a New Holland tractor. Granted, it was a little smaller than the 55, but the loader on that New Holland was so jerky, it was really hard to be smooth, trying to smooth out gravel. This isn't really the tractor's fault for how bent and everything this is. There's a lot of times I move full-size trees. You can see I've been ripping out trees here and there. I've been doing a lot of fence line work, ripping out trees, moving trees. Occasionally it comes over, hits that bar. Not the tractor's fault. It's kind of operator error. Kind of pushing the tractor a little bit more than it's really meant for. Welded on the hooks. Awesome upgrade if you're going to be moving stuff around. It's easy to just put the hook in there, pick stuff up, move it around. The legs have been awesome. I do take this off whenever I do the finish mowing, which is going to be my next video. I'm going to do some finish mowing review. I just got the 6-foot finish mower and probably got at least 12 plus hours on it now, so I'll be doing a in-depth review on that. Again, with the headlights, or not headlights, but the cab lights, would love to see some LED. These lights are great, but when you have a loader on, you rely on those a lot. These are great. No issues with that. These don't do too much either. You know, you have a loader on. it's kind of blocked. Really would love to see the LED on that. The mirror and that corner of the cab, my fault, not the tractor. I was knocking down a tree, probably a little bit bigger than those trees, knocking it down with the tractor, and a limb came back and hit the mirror and hit the cab right there. So that's my fault. You can see how dirty this is. I am constantly in and out. Not an issue yet. I do like the seat. A lot of adjustability for me. Like the sunroof. The AC works fine. The radio works fine. The lights work fine. All the controls are fine. I have heard some people, the 3-point is a little catchy. Have not had that issue yet. It's got the three speed, low, medium, high, neutral. This is your locker for the rear axle. Put your heel on there, go down, and that'll lock the rear axle in. You got your brakes. Pull that up if you want left and right brakes to turn much sharper. This button right here, I didn't really know what it was at first. What it does is the hydrostatic with the transmission. All the way up, what happens is when you're going and you let off that pedal, the hydrostatic pedal, this will stop it a lot faster. It's almost like a brake. There's 3 settings. You got kind of like a in between, and then all the way down, it'll kind of free roll. So whenever you have the pedal down, say you're going down a hill or something, when you let off the hydrostatic, when you have this all the way down, basically have the, I'm going to call it a transmission brake. When you have that all the way down really soft, when you let off that, it's going to keep coasting down the hill. It won't break itself. So that's what that button basically does. I probably could have cleaned this before the video, but I wanted to really show that this has worked a lot and just straight up worked it. This auto button is the auto throttle. So it'll act like a car when you have this on. The more you press the pedal, the RPMs go up just like a car, the faster you go. If you want to fine tune doing some loader work and you need to really go slow and be precise, turn this off and add an idle. Makes it nice. Got the cruise control. So whatever you got the pedal set at, that speed, press and hold the button, light comes on, it'll keep that constant speed. Turn signals, horn, headlights, tail lights. Really, I like them back here. So obviously you have your turns and your hazards. That'll be your brake and your tail lights, both. When you have your hazards on, this yellow strip is also your hazards for the front. It does have the quick attach loader. I love it. I have some pallet forks from a skid loader that I use. I'll end up getting more loader attachments for that quick attach. What else do we have? Your PTO. I'm not sure if everybody understands the PTO. Manual, this is your PTO to turn it on and off. It'll light up red. When you get it on manual, this is on and off. You can turn it off completely so it doesn't come on at all. Auto, when you have this on, if your 3-point system is all the way up, it will turn the PTO off. When you put your 3-point back down, it'll engage the PTO. So if you're doing some bush hogging out here and you get to the edge of the field, to turn around, you can lift up the implement, turn it around, it'll turn the PTO off, and then whenever you set it back down, it'll turn it back on and go. It could be great for a finish mower, bush hog, anything that you want to turn the PTO off while you have it up in the air. The spinning blades, you don't really want to lift it up and have logs and sticks flying out. So it's a nice feature. I don't really use it the way I operate, but it is a good feature. These are for the rear remotes. I only have two. I didn't worry about the third option. I hardly use these. I think I've only used them maybe once. It's got the draft control. It's got your position. It does have this where you can kind of set this. So if you want it to go down a certain spot, you can actually set it. I'm not too fond on that. They probably could have painted this or put like a metal strip right here for this to slide on, so it did not tear up the sticker. But it is what it is. You don't really notice it when you're running it anyways. The loader, this is for the diverter valve if you get the third option. I obviously don't have it. I'll probably hook it up later. This right here is to lock this in place. So when you're going down the road, you can lock that in place, and the loader, the hydraulics are locked. You won't accidentally bump this and have the loader or the forks dig into the road or into the ground. You can use it going down to the woods or something. It just prevents you from bumping into this and coming to a complete stop with the bucket or the forks digging into the ground. Don't exactly want that. I could see them doing a little bit better on this grill guard. I do have a dent right there from something. They could put some kind of mesh in here and it would really help the grill itself from getting dented by a stick or anything, especially if you're going to be running a grapple. You don't want that. As far as service goes, battery, air filter, stupid easy. You have these screens that go in front of your AC condenser and your radiator. These you do need to pay attention to if you're bush hogging and there's a bunch of tall weeds. You will get a lot of the weeds and stuff. You kind of see some of that stuff. It'll clog these up. And for your AC, if it gets too hot, you don't have enough airflow, it will actually, the valve stem, the valve core, I should say, the valve core for the AC will release the AC coolant. That was one of my mistakes when I first got it. I'm used to a higher up tractor whenever I'm bush hogging. Because this sits down a little lower and a smaller tractor, these screens were catching it. They were doing its job. Instead of the stuff going in the radiator, it hit the screen. So instead of clogging up the radiator itself, it was clogging up the screens, which is a lot easier, and they will slide out. This cover just pops off. Take it off real quick. Set this down a little bit. Okay, so the covers just pop off like this. I love it. Opens this all up and just makes it easy to change filters, pull these screens out. You can see where it catches a lot of this stuff, and you can pull that stuff out. Stupid easy. Now to pull this all the way out, you want your loader all the way up, and for safety reasons, you always want to have something to lock this in place so it doesn't come down on you and crush you. kind of a common sense, I guess. I believe this is a fuel filter, oil filter. So everything's pretty simple to get to. Your oil fill, your dipstick will be down here by the filter. See the yellow handle right there? That's your oil fill. It's been a good tractor, considering the stuff that I put it through. Holds up pretty good. I'm almost using it as if it was a bigger tractor. I'm used to the older tractors with less horsepower, or well, I should say the same horsepower but a much larger frame, a lot more weight. So the power to weight ratio is really great on these newer tractors. I don't know. It's been a great tractor. I kind of bought this to be kind of a guinea pig, I guess. You know, it was a new tractor, a new lineup coming out. Even though it is made by TYM, TYM, it is a new relabeled brand with Rural King. I have not had to take it in for service. I have not had to get any parts. Haven't had anything really break besides the sway control bar back here, which was an easy fix. Minor things that doesn't matter what tractor you get. No, like those pins. Not a big deal. That can happen on any of the tractors. I mean, it's just a cotter pin. If you go through enough brush and tall stuff, those pins are going to come out. The pins are not made by the Rural King, not made by the tractor. So anything like that, you really can't discredit the tractor for that. I've not had any issues with any of the levers. Nothing is stuck on me. PTO's worked fine. I have seen at least one person that said when they got the PT or the tractor, they never tested the PTO until later on. And when they went to use the PTO, it would not work. So if you do pick one of these up, before you buy it, make sure the PTO works. Or if you order it, when it comes in, test it right then and there. I have seen issues with the lever for the 3-point sticky, where it's not smooth to come in and out. I have seen that on the Facebook group. If you're not on the Facebook group yet, it's RK Tractor Nation. Look it up. I'm on there. I post videos a lot on there, my YouTube videos, just to kind of show what I do with this, what it's capable of, and just for some entertainment. Have anything from the finish mower to bush hogging, the loader work, the pallet forks. I did a whole spring clean with that, just moving anything from another tractor to motorcycles, the engines, to full-size pickups. Did a lot of stuff. I'm not sure if you have any more questions about the tractors, any concerns that I can't think of on this video. Leave a comment down below and I will try to answer that. I've not had any slops with any pins, no cracks, no welds broken yet. And I'm talking, I straight up used this bucket and loader and tractor and I was pushing down trees bigger than that. This thing is pretty tough for what it is. Now, even though I say that, when you're using the loader, it is not a skid loader. Skid loaders, the arms down here normally go up against the frame and you can do a lot more. and you don't have to do it right in the middle. So if you're using one of these loaders on a tractor, doesn't matter if it's John Deere, Kubota, RK, you need to put most of your force in the middle and have it even. If you put it all on one side, or even trying to lift stuff with all your weight on one side, it will twist these loaders. Doesn't matter what brand it is. If it is on a tractor, you will twist the loader easy. So always try to put most of your force in the middle of the bucket. So a little bit of common sense will go a long way. You know, if I was trying to push those trees over with the very edge of the bucket, it would probably twist this loader. I have not had any sensors go out, no lights go out. I really haven't had any issues besides what I've mentioned already. You know, hydraulic coupler, it's not really the tractor's fault. That's just kind of, you know, the other, sorry about that, battery died. Anyways, so like I was saying, have not really had any problems with this, besides just the minor little things that probably most of them are going to have. Doesn't matter what brand you have, there's always going to be something. I do have about at least 12 hours on the finish mower, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this review off, and I'm going to go ahead and do a review on the 6-foot finish mower that I picked up a few weeks ago. Did a video kind of unboxing, and, or I should say uncrating and putting it together, and did just kind of a quick mow. So I'm going to go ahead and do a kind of a review on that. Get this box blade off and go ahead and mow the yard. And I do mow this whole lot back here with the finish mower. I do that to keep it down and to kind of let this grow back up, because the horses were in here and you see how bad this is, and they really had this just ate way down, and there's kind of patches here and there. So I'm trying to keep this mowed fairly short and try to get the grass back into the ground, the nutrients for the new grass to nourish on. So that finish mower has been great on this for that. It's a little bit better than the bush hog, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video off, start on the review on the finish mower. That will be a separate video. So if you want to see that, subscribe, see more content, try to do more reviews. I'm going to try to pick up more attachments, and kind of, you know, it's all my opinion. I am not sponsored by anything. Real King hasn't talked to me. The King Cutter, I mean, that is RK by King Cutter. Nothing is sponsored. Small channel. Maybe later on I can get some sponsors and actually do attachments and do more work, a little bit more entertainment stuff on this. But for now, just a small channel, just kind of having fun doing some videos. I'll see you next time.